Hmm. Wow. This was not working. Live stream was not working. And now live stream is working. So this is a great lesson in persistence. I tried this a few times, tried to do the live stream and it didn't work. So I was like, nah. And I was like, no, Devin, just be calm and just keep persisting. And it's a challenge to remain calm. I just remained calm. I kept troubleshooting and I just kept trying it and it worked. So awesome. Oh, it took me 10 minutes. I think it might have something to do with like the scheduled date or time being after the time it is now. Like it's really particular about when things say they're happening. So if you say something's happening, like they scheduled this for like 4 o'clock and it's 4:01, it's like gonna not want me to do that. It's gonna be upset at me for doing that. So let us begin without. Actually, we're on the bathroom quick and then we begin. And I'm back. Awesome. So, drinking some water, I'm hydrated. Salt's always good, but I feel like I need salt right now. So, this video is, I think it's why I'm in this space and how I became so knowledgeable. So, a brief history of what I wanted to do. So, as a kid, I wanted to be like a scientist, scuba diver, astronaut. So, I really was interested in like figuring stuff out and exploring. Later on, I became interested in inventing, and I was interested in engineering for that reason, and really like chemical engineering. But I ended up throughout my teenage years kind of abandoning that for neuroscience, psychiatry, health because of health problems. So, primary health problem is that I had is insomnia. And this is hereditary. Hereditary. Mom's side. And then just extend on grandmother. So my grandmother and mother they basically have like bad insomnia. Like they wouldn't really sleep that much. My grandmother would tell me that like when she wouldn't sleep as a kid, her parents would get like mad at her because her light would be on, and like what would the neighbors think if they saw that her light was on at night? Oh no, she was just reading, she couldn't sleep. But I don't really know. Like I think people back in the past were insane, and I think that they were insane. Well, really, I mean, like I'm part Irish, so that means that like back in like 1890, the British invaded my ancestors' homeland and took all the food, and then shot anyone who tried to take the food or shipped them off to Botany Bay in Australia. It's probably a lot of relatives in Australia, and just shipped all the food off and just made my ancestors starve. So then they immigrated to the United States. And I just imagine that that kind of makes you nuts. So then, like, you start just like whenever your kid, like, because like the British are like right outside the door. So whenever your kid's just like, I want some food, I want some food. And the British kid are like, this is the cocky, did you say what's saying they want food? You're just like, you just smack the kid. You're like, shut the fuck up. We don't want any food. Everything's good. Don't kill us. Don't like rape me and destroy me. Because I mean, that's the reality of warfare and invasion. It's like rape. It's brutal, especially way back in the day. Even now, it's bad. Like they say in Mario Puzo's wonderful book, to lose a war is unspeakable, is unthinkable horror. I truly believe that to lose a war is an unthinkable horror. Do not want to be at the mercy of people who consider you their enemy. But anyway, yeah, so that's like our ancestors. So you go back in the past, basically, and it's like however many generations removed you are from some sort of like. I mean, there's also personal family horrors and stuff, and everyone has their share of horror from the past and existential horror. So I don't know though, but anyway, I have a theory that like the British invasion subjugation of Ireland is the reason that my grandmother's parents didn't want her to read books at night because that's insane to me. And there's other insane things too, but you know what I mean? Like I'm like, okay, but like she's a loving person, so where did the love come from if they're completely so it's like there must have been, you know what I mean? There's something. So anyway though, so she had insomnia. And I don't know about her mother, but I know she had insomnia and my mom has insomnia. They both have insomnia still. And my mom has insomnia, and I had insomnia. I had insomnia worse. My grandmother has it not quite as bad as my mom. My mom like barely sleeps. Like she kind of just, as a kid, I would like walk past her room, and she would just be like, "You woke me up," and it's like, "Did I wake you up, or were you not even sleeping at all?" And just kind of convincing yourself that you're sleeping. You're gonna light days because that's kind of what I would do because that's like what it is. You have chronic insomnia, and again, like I've talked to people who have chronic insomnia as health coaching, and that's the thing. Like people with insomnia will gaslight themselves. So I'm just my knees are feeling a little tight, so I'll show you what I'm doing. I didn't really sleep much because I got the cold, so I from my kids just do these. Oh, this is so good on my knees. Ooh, yeah. So that kind of like pinch something, but that's it's good though. I only do like 2 reps or something. I don't want to like go too much. Maybe I should have done some normal spots first, but do 2 reps. Feel good, bouncy. Helps alleviate knee pain. You know, you want to like move your knees outside normal ranges. But anyway, though, yeah. So you'll gaslight yourself into thinking you slept. So you'll be like I remember. This is the darndest thing. Like before, so I never really slept until I turned 19. The summer I turned 19, so I'll just write that down. It was like I don't remember. It's August, like 3rd, 2018, and I was 19 years old, 2018. And that was when my brother and I went to Providence to work on one of my dad's houses. He has rental properties. And he bought this house. We're renovating this house, clearing out the whole thing. And we were going to Providence to work on this. And I had insomnia so bad at this point. So basically, I've been okay, so I guess I'm just going to tell you the story of insomnia in the first place. I'll see if I can summarize it quickly so I can get into more details because like there's a lot of details and stuff I want to get into. I don't want to just spend time on peripheral topics. Oh, so my mom's insomnia and why? So I have insomnia. My mother's insomnia. I didn't sleep last night. So anyway, I took cold medicine because I had a cold because like I had little kids. And little kids are like germ factories. Like I love them to death, but like I have 2 small children. So what they do is they crawl around to the ground everywhere you take them. And then they interact with other small children doing the same thing. And then they like get sick because they're crawling around the ground and sticking their hands in their mouth. And they shoot snot all over their faces. And then they cough on you all night and cry and keep you up all night. And then they throw up on you while they're preventing you from sleeping. So you just get sick because it's like you can't sleep and they're throwing up on you. So like you just get sick. So actually keeping that in mind, I should actually probably make it a policy. My wife has to deal with them when they're sick because I can't really get sick because then I can't work. I don't know. And there's got to be maybe get like a hazmat suit or something. Plans. You got to have plans. So I think that's a good idea. But anyway, I had the cold. Checked out this medicine as Robitussin natural stuff. I was like, they rep them out and give them a good name. But I took it and I didn't sleep. And I'm like, there's something in there. So like they always say there's not, but there always is. There's always like glycerin or whatever. But anyway. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to be like an astronaut inventor. Like I never had plans to be in health. Like I didn't want to be in health. Like I didn't want to be in health, but I feel like God kind of like made me be in health because I have a good mind for it. I have like an engineer's type mind, so I can make sense of a lot of stuff and really systematically approach this area. So I'm at the library, by the way, filming this. This is just it's cool. You go to libraries and just rent out rooms for free and just go check it out. It's hey, sup, Marlon? How's life going? But you just rent out rooms. So basically, though, I never really wanted to be in the health space at all. It was not my goal to be in the health space, but I ended up being in the health space because I just had so many health issues that I had to focus on it so much that there really wasn't anything I could do other than make it the main area of my life that I was trying to get mastery in, because like I already had to spend all my time researching it. So I'm like, well, I might as well just make this the thing that I do. And I like fitness and stuff, and it ties into fitness. I like performing well, so it's like health, fitness, high performance. But anyway, so I had insomnia, and I would sleep about maybe 2 to 4 hours a night. About 2 to 4 nights a week. Rarely more, often less. And there were many weeks of zero sleep, of zero sleep, 2 months of no sleep, so much diarrhea, IBS, stomach pain, constant colds, no energy, brain fog, psychosis, just a few. I'd have psychotic episodes lasting about an hour or two, about 2 to 3 times a year. That was just, I think that was a feature of the insomnia. I think the insomnia contributed to that and like kind of caused like stress breaks. So I talked to a psych professor about that. Eventually I researched it, and it's the sort of thing that doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, there's a progression of schizophrenia. So I'm not schizophrenic, which is nice, but it is kind of psychosis. I don't know, if you're having psychotic breaks, don't really worry about it too much. I mean, just breathe and look. Just breathe and look, because like the feelings will ultimately pass. Like if you're feeling nuts, and then also like not taking B vitamins and stuff, being vitamin deficient, being on vegan diets for too long. There's lots of things that you can do that can give you a feeling of psychosis. It's really not that uncommon. And then full-on psychotic breaks are also not that uncommon. So I mean, they are uncommon, but it's like, it's not that uncommon. It's not always schizophrenia. It's actually, I think that if you run some sort of like Bayesian statistics on it, you may find that it's actually more common for people to have psychotic breaks than schizophrenia. So at least I know quite a few people who have had psychotic breaks who are not schizophrenic. So including myself. But anyway, yeah, like psychosis, psychotic breaks. I'm just talking about it honestly. Like I didn't talk about it when I was going on, really. Like I told like my grandmother, my friend Kaylin. This is until I was like 18. I told like my grandmother, my friend Kaylin. I think that was like it, because it just kind of like I didn't want people to like know exactly. Like, I also was very private about insomnia, like not in the sense of like hiding stuff from people, but like I would just not sleep. I wouldn't complain about it, because if I complain about it, now I'm making it other people's thing. And if like other people, like I wanted ownership over it. I didn't want to be pressured into any treatments and stuff, largely because I'd researched a lot of them and I knew that they wouldn't work. Like I've tried drugs to sleep. I've been given drugs to sleep. that didn't work. So I'm like, more drugs to sleep isn't going to help because I looked at the neuroscience, and drugs don't cause the parts of your brain to turn off when you sleep. They just make you unconscious. And that making you unconscious, like, it relieves the stress, but it doesn't relieve the symptoms, and your body will continue to deteriorate. And that's what I found worked with lots of people doing health coaching, is that their bodies would continue to deteriorate even if they could achieve sleep on these drugs. And the drugs could serve as a bridge to sleep, but like, it's not the answer. So I knew that like medicine didn't really, or at least like, I didn't think that I didn't want to like keep going in the medical area. Like, I brought it up to my doctor a few times at the time, and he just recommended me something. I tried it, didn't work. And I'm just like, I'm not going to keep trying these things, because it's also like, if the drugs like didn't work to help me sleep at all. Like, I wouldn't be able to sleep at all. Even if I took like Xanax and melatonin and gabapentin and a little bit of alcohol and weed and ashwagandha and valerian root and DXM and dextromethorphan. I think it's DXL, DXM, dextromethorphan, and diphenhydramine, and like, I would just stack all these things to try to sleep, and magnesium and zinc and like everything you can think of to try to sleep. I take all of it, and I wouldn't sleep. I would just start like hallucinating a little bit and not sleeping, and then I would like try to wrestle. I'd actually wrestle and went tournaments in that state, which is kind of novel. I'd like drink green tea and I'd be like, like, it was fun. Because I can win ultimately in any condition. Don't try me. Or do. Come down. Actually, Spiro's blast out. Come wrestle me. I'd love to. Wouldn't want to hurt anyone either. I'm not like an evil competitor. I mean, I have intensity, but like, yeah, I don't know. I love martial arts and grappling and training and everything. Did your insomnia affect your performance? Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. So like, it was horrible. Like, this is one of the reasons, again, like, let's go into like how I became so knowledgeable in the first place, which is this topic. Yeah, it was horrible for my performance. Yo. Okay. Wait, I'll talk to you later. I'm doing a live video. Sweet. I love it. I actually gotta do a live. Bye. Anyway, so, brother and business partner, just doing some great stuff. Anyway, though, yeah, it really did. Like, it was really hard to train, so I'd be like trying to like do my workouts and stuff, and I couldn't sleep, so like I wouldn't really recover, and then I'd end up like having like my muscles feeling super strained. Like, when I couldn't sleep for like months on end, like not months, like a month at end, a week at a time, like my body would just feel completely like racked. Like, I would just like be like exhausting to move, like everything hurts. You start hallucinating, or I would start hallucinating after 5 days without sleeping. Like, I haven't slept. I had so consistent insomnia that I know with absolute perfect clarity exactly how insomnia affects me, at least at day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 12, day 13, day 14, all the way to a month. Like, I know exactly like how the progression of not sleeping, if I could have been there through that so many times, like just drawn through this progression of just can't sleep, can't sleep, can't sleep, can't sleep. Oh, now like it's a week in, I can't really digest food anymore. I'm constantly shitting. I'm constantly nauseous. I'm hallucinating. I feel like I want to kill myself all the time. I just like I have constant negative thoughts. Every single thought in my head is violent and negative. Everything is all like, it's just this like, and you just sit. I just sit. I would journal and I would breathe and I would just know that it would pass. And ultimately, I mean, I kept my head when I had insomnia, and why I'm doing this in the first place. I'm doing this because the reason I didn't kill myself when I had insomnia is because I told myself, fuck. Every single time I bring this up, I start crying because it's just so fucking emotional for me. I personify the force or personality or whatever was telling me to kill myself as a demon. And my response ultimately to that demon is that I'm going to kill him. He couldn't kill me. I'm going to kill him. And I'm going to do that by educating people, literally. There are dark forces in this world. People are sick. People are hurt. People are really hurt. And they have poor health. And I've talked to a lot of them. I see them. And they're suffering. And they don't know what to do. And the medical system doesn't know what to do. And there's like no recourse. Because no one knows what to do. And like with insomnia, like there's no studies on it because everyone who has that kind of insomnia kills themselves. Because like, how can you bear it? And there's just so many people killing themselves. And it's like, I think it's a mental health issue, but it's not a mental health issue. It's a health issue because when your body doesn't work, your brain doesn't work. When your brain doesn't work, your psychology doesn't work. And there's just voices that tell you to kill yourself again and again and again. It's so hard to tell them no. It's just like on and on. And why should I continue forcing myself to suffer when there's no end in sight? You don't know if anything's going to work, and it hasn't. You're fucking psychotic. You're fucking hallucinating. The reason I didn't kill myself is I knew I could persist. I knew I could figure out why it was happening. I knew I could fix it. I knew if I fixed it for me, I could fix it for other people. I could take that fucking force that fucking brought me to the fucking edge of fucking hell so many times, and I could fucking eradicate it. Because it couldn't kill me, so now I'm going to kill it. And I'm just going to kind of stop talking about it now, because I literally cannot talk about this without fucking breaking down to like the barest fucking bones of my psychology, because that's how fucking broken down I've been so many times in my life for so long. And that's like my motivation for doing this. That like, I don't want that suffering to mean nothing. It's not going to mean nothing. It's not going to fucking mean nothing. Like, I'm not going to take everything I learned and just fucking forget about it. Whatever. So yeah. So insomnia. And so I tried to fix that for a really long time. And I didn't really want to get people too involved in it, because if you get people too involved in it, then you kind of lose ownership, and then people can pressure you into going through treatments. And I know a lot of the treatments can make you feel better, not they make you feel worse and not better. So I didn't really want to undergo a lot of the treatments, because I researched all the treatments, and I was just researching it so much that like every time I couldn't sleep, I would just be up on my computer researching, trying to figure out why I couldn't sleep. Because like, what else would I do? I mean, there's nothing really else logical to do. So I became very confident by the age of like 13 or 14 that there wasn't really anyone else on the planet who knew as much about insomnia as I did, because I'd spent at least 5,000 hours at that point reading all the literature on insomnia and the brain and everything, trying to figure out why I couldn't sleep. So I'm like, why am I going to talk to a doctor who isn't specialized? Like the degree to which I have specialized in insomnia is so insane, you can't even begin to comprehend it. Like, okay, so age 9 to the age of 19, so 10 years, and let's just average 4 hours a day of research for 10 years. How many hours is it? Let's run the math. 4 times 365 times 10. So 14,600 hours of researching, trying to fix insomnia. And when I had about 4,000 hours at about the age of 14, I just kind of like realized, what am I, you know what I mean? Like I I've already been through all this stuff. I've already talked to the doctors, so they don't really know what to do. Am I gonna like go see these specialists? Because I've looked at the specialists I can go see, and I've read their posts, and their posts are just based on studies that I've already read, and they've already tried everything around that study and all the things. Like I've already tried all that stuff. I've already tried like all it, like it didn't work. So clearly, it's not that. So I'm just like, well, I guess I should just keep on trying things and trying to figure this out on my own. And at least that way I can also like I don't really have to alarm people that much. I didn't really want to like I mean I'm not being like I always would tell myself too, I'd like try to stay on the bright side. I'd be like, okay, Devin, like you're not having your penis vivisected by like people in like some like prison camp or something. So like it's ultimately not that bad. Like you could like you know like I still have my penis. My penis works. I mean it did it when I was 16 because I was trying out. So I did a ketogenic diet. Did a ketogenic diet from I think about 14 and a half to 17 and a half. And kind of on and off. I mean, this is more on and off. And then so like 1 year, kind of like 50-50. And just like year 2, I was like 80-20. And then like year 3, I was like 100 or like I was like 99-1. And basically I was just reading like all these studies. Like at this point, I'd just been reading studies for so long that I was kind of like, I tried all the diets and stuff, but I was working on this diet and had some success with this. So with keto and like low carb Paleolithic based diets, like using lots of almonds and stuff, it had some success where basically, but basically just because I couldn't really articulate this. So the force that was motivating me to kill myself is a demon, and that demon told me to kill myself, but I'm actually going to kill it. And I'm going to kill it by revealing the knowledge that I had to learn to overcome it, and when everyone else learns that knowledge, then that specific modality of human weakness that creates suicide will be gone from the earth, and I will have killed that demon. Anyway, onward. So basically, I was very, very adherent to it. Basically, so the high protein, like lots of animal foods, not eating grains, lower carb approach to diet, it really, really worked, you know? I mean, like, I was sleeping a bit better. I mean, I wasn't really sleeping that much more, maybe like 3 to 6 hours a night, 3 to 6 nights a week. Sometimes sick, never really sick, like 4 nights a week. But like, it was pretty cool though. I mean, like, I wasn't really having like total insomnia as much. And like, I think like the higher quality of food, like I started eating like 12 eggs a day and stuff. I ate like lots of salt in the eggs in the beginning. I ate more to taste in the beginning, but then later on in the diet, I became more dogmatic about following the scientific dogma that created the diet, and that's what led me wrong. So I was like, okay, says raw vegetables are good. Eating tons of raw vegetables says salt's bad. Eliminating salt says meat's bad. Eliminating meat says this protein's better. Eliminating this protein says butter's bad. And like I just went ham doing everything that everyone right now is based. Not everyone right now, but a lot of the mainstream stuff. You know, like the saturated fat, all that. Salt's bad. All that stuff. Sugar's bad. Fast adjusting carbs are bad. White rice is bad. Brown rice is better. Whole grain, balanced diet, raw vegetables, lots of vegetables, like that kind of stuff, like just all that type of stuff, like lots of juicing, like all that type of stuff. And it just like, I'll go through that in more detail in another video. I just have to wrap up in like 10 minutes, but like 10, 15 minutes. But basically doing those additions made it really bad. At first, when I just added more meat, moved the processed stuff, I just felt good because I just felt better than what I've been doing previously, which has just been like more standard American, but like very clean standard American. I mean, to be fair, my parents fed me very, very well. I mean, like I ate like really well. I mean, they always like fed me like home, like cooked meals that like didn't have like processed foods, but like, they cook with like vegetable oils. My mom like followed a lot of the conventional stuff. She'd be like, don't put too much salt in your food. Don't eat more than like 2 eggs a day. And like, but she fed me like very like good meat, make food all the time. So like I didn't have this problem because I was like neglectful, or my parents were neglectful, and like they didn't have the problem because they were neglectful. I mean, like you just like even my mom, like she just keeps tracking through with insomnia. My grandma keeps tracking through with insomnia. Like they like I think my mom. I don't know. Maybe my mom's improved it a bit, but I think like it takes a while to heal it. It takes a while to heal it completely, and you have to be like diligent about supplementation. I think that's kind of where she falls short, is like being on it with supplementation. Like I take a lot of supplements every day. I'm really on it about my diet. I have to do like cyclic keto. I have to do like protein fast. I have to fast. I have to drink a gallon of water a day. I have to take various supplements. But doing all these things and meditating, whatever, I sleep and my body heals and it works. My penis works. So like, this process led me from age 60 and a half to 70 and a half to have my penis not work. And I ended up peeing blood because of salt deprivation and too much plant proteins and all that plant stuff that like they say is good for you. I was eating all of that and I ended up peeing blood didn't help. And then I ended up peeing blood again a little bit on the time I went vegan. That didn't help. And I never peed blood on carnivore though. So yeah. But anyway though, so all these raw plants and stuff really caused me issues. I was all backed up. I was like having blood in my poop. I had blood in my pee. I like had a candida rash for like a year and a half. I had like constant flatulence. I didn't sleep for like the entire month of like February, my junior year of high school. I had constant anxiety. I would just sit in my car and scream. It was just like horrible. It was like the junior year of high school was like one of the worst years of my life, and just glad I made it through it. And yeah, I don't know. I just needed to like really develop a very deep understanding of this stuff because I was already working from such insomnia that like just doing things, just doing elimination diets wasn't enough. Like even if I just eliminated soy, I don't think that would have been enough. I think I needed like supplementation. I needed like meditation. I needed like carnivore. I needed because I did cold showers. I needed like a lot of stuff to like, I needed like exercise. I needed like walks. I needed like a lot of things to like heal my body. That I've been doing for a long time. I've been supplementing for a long time. Chlorella, green tea, drinking like at the time I'm when my senior year of high school when I actually had a respite from the insomnia after I was 18. I started doing like more repeat thermo high carb after this, more salt. Insomnia didn't go away, but it was reduced. I would only have insomnia like 2 nights a week, and I'd sleep at least 5 hours most nights. So I was like, woo, I'm basically cured because that was cured to me at the time. And that continued for a year until I went into my freshman year of college where I was doing all the same repeat stuff. But then they sprayed all the cookware and everything in soy, and I basically got immediate insomnia. Like, I think from like my third day at UMass, I had complete insomnia. Like I can think that's like it was just I just didn't sleep for like most of the first semester. Like the whole month of October, I didn't sleep at all. I hallucinated a lot, and it was like that was a really hard month for me. But basically, at that point, that was like really low points. I didn't know what was causing it at that point, and then I just kept on trying to figure it out until I remember I was calling people. I was calling the manufacturer of like the spray. They sprayed all the trays they put the food in. And they were like, oh, yeah, that's like vegetable oil, which is soy or something. I'm like, it was like the scene in Soylent Green where you find out like Soylent Green was made. I was like, it was soy the whole time. Like, because they literally like trying to like avoid. They said like they literally like label everything in UMass like soy free, allergen sensitive. This is soy free. We're allergen sensitive. It's all soy free. And then the spray that they spray all the trays in, and they spray on everything is soy the whole time. And it's like and like that just oh god, that sent me like a really. I started like my brain just didn't work so badly after that like I ended up like. Because I still didn't really quite know what was causing it at the time. I kept on like I knew soy was contributing, but then like I don't really know. I mean like then like the second semester I was trying to stay in school, figured it out. I was cooking all my own food, just like lugging like cast iron frying pans and stuff like in like a bag up and down the stairs, cooking my own food in the kitchen so I could like remain in school while not having insomnia. I still had quite a bit of insomnia, but I just kind of toughed through it. But I didn't have total insomnia. So it's like, okay, I can survive with that. And then I was listening to like Jordan Peterson at the time. That's when I started really listening to Jordan Peterson in earnest, and that really helped. But then it just kept on escalating. Like even like I tried veganism and it got worse. I included meat again and it kept on getting worse. And I was at the point up until like that time in like August where I was like, I don't know what I'm like 19. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like if I can't fix this thing, am I just gonna die? Because like my health just keeps on getting worse. And like I'm 19, like I should be at like the peak of my health. My health keeps on getting worse. So like it is just the end. And I'm just like, no, it's not the end. So I was talking to my uncle and he recommended me carnivore, which I recommended to him the year earlier. He tried it. He said it was like doing him wonders. And I was leery to try it again though, because I had such a hard time with electrolytes and keto and long-term keto the first time. But I was like, okay, that could have been the plants. That could have been the other things I was doing. And then I'll just do so that could have been I'll just standard American diet to actually no, it's standard American like bulletproof to like that's another video. But basically though, so I ended up trying carnivore. It's just like, okay, F it. I mean, like maybe I get erectile dysfunction again and pee blood, but like it's not gonna kill me per se. And if it works, it works. And then, like, I heard Michaela Peterson, Jordan Peterson, I tried it. Or I didn't try carnivore my freshman year of college, but I tried high meat, but I'd still eat some vegetables because I was just kind of convinced it wouldn't work. But even doing that, even just meat and vegetables, no soy, still insomnia, still like horrible insomnia. Like, just didn't even affect it at all. Like, basically what happened is my body had gotten so effed up through processes I'll describe in other videos involving inflammation feedbacks and gut feedback between gut and brain and everything, HPA axis, that I was reacting to everything I was eating. So in the end, I needed carnivore for a year and a half, 2 years, 2.5 years to like reset my body enough to the point where I could like sleep. And I could sleep on carnivore and then like carnivore though, like I still would have problems. I need to supplement on carnivore. I started supplementing like all these vitamins, like B complex vitamins, vitamin C, tyrosine, omegas, like multivitamin, magnesium, salt, zinc, copper, choline, inositol, B complex vitamins, all this stuff. And I would end up coming to the process of realizing I needed these vitamins because I'd be on carnivore, and even on carnivore, I mean, I could kind of sleep, but like I would also then develop these needs for vitamins. So the first one I think I developed a need for was salt. Like I would start getting these cramps and just cramp. But I knew I needed salt though before from the erectile dysfunction. So I just started supplementing salt in the beginning of carnivore, and that kind of fixed all the things. And then I figured out later I needed magnesium. I started drinking caffeine, and then later I started drinking caffeine. I figured out they need I started like figuring out I need vitamin D and stuff, like magnesium sometimes, but then they need like a lot of magnesium. And they started like using magnesium more because like I couldn't sleep at all. And like sometimes I can sleep, sometimes I can't sleep. I try to eat more steak and that wouldn't work. So I take magnesium and that would work. And then like I started consuming caffeine because that was like really helping because I was having like brain fog issues later into carnivore and like just just problems focusing. So I was taking paracetam too at that period of time. Oh, so I was also supplementing choline for paracetam. And then I took caffeine to enhance the paracetam. I'll make a video on exactly all this other stuff too. I'm just kind of briefly going over everything I've done and like why I've done so much research on all these individual topics. Very, very lightly covering this and kind of just like who is this guy, Devin? And why does he know so much about all these areas of having health problems? It's just because I've just been really effed up for most of my life and just so I just had to figure out why I was effed up because none of the resources available to me would really provide me with information, or I didn't really think that they could provide me with information. Like they couldn't. I mean, I don't know. I mean, like I will throw out there one thing, which is like my wrestling coach in high school is someone I like Stephen Pogwin is a doctor and someone I trust. And I didn't really ask him that much about insomnia when I was in high school. I just didn't. And a lot of that was just like I play my cards close to my chest. But like he is someone I trust. He is a doctor. Like he just, I don't know, I just didn't, he's a resource that I didn't tap. Just like the one resource. I had like a different doctor at the time that I went to, but he couldn't help me. And like other doctors, but like he was someone I didn't ask, I guess, literally everyone all the time. Did I though? Ask him something. He may have asked him something. I don't really remember what he told me or what he didn't tell me because I had so much insomnia at the time. Great influence on my life, though. Great influence on my life. Great guy. I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe he probably did give me some tips or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember. I didn't really sleep that much. So certain periods of my life are very blurry. But I just want to throw that out there just because I just don't want to watch it and be like, Devin never confided in me. Maybe I could have helped him and just like feel, I don't know, just like, I don't know, you know. But anyway, though, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah. So I would caffeine. But I remember like there was this time, so like for like 2 weeks, like I would just start like losing my mind. I was having like, it was going on for like longer and longer before, but in these 2 weeks I was having intense brain fog. And like it would sometimes it would lessen, sometimes it would get more intense, and I have like nausea, and I'd be like depressed, and like it would just be like I'd be like horribly depressed. Like I'd have like these like crazy like suicidal thoughts. But I mean like I've had suicidal thoughts so many times before that it's not really anything new to me. Like it's just like, oh, here come the suicidal thoughts, whatever. Like I'm not gonna fucking jump off a bridge. It's like, I don't know, like you're in a wrestling match, you have the thought, oh, just like lay to my back and get pinned. It's like I'm not gonna lay to my back and get pinned because that's just losing the match. Like obviously the evil thoughts want you to kill yourself. You just don't kill yourself. Like so like I'm just like, yeah, I remember it was like Thanksgiving, my sophomore year of college. I remember like vividly. And just like I was drinking like coffee at the time, and I was just like kind of like up in my bedroom, and I didn't want to come down because I was just like losing my mind, and I was just like, and I think like it was something I remember like I had eggs 2 days ago, and the eggs had made me feel a little better, and then I was like, what's in eggs? So I started researching everything in eggs, and then I like kind of isolated down to like it was like a few things. And I was like, I think it's probably B vitamins, and so I just drove to see as I pumped B vitamins, and I started taking B vitamins. It just went away. It like went away. And like it's like it took some B vitamins, like went down a little bit again. And I just took more. I kept taking B vitamins until like it was kind of like gone. And then I started researching types of B vitamins. Got like solar B vitamins incorporated into my thing. And even to this day, I mean, like I'll start getting like weird. Just my brain stops working if I don't take B vitamins. I take Adderall and other stimulants and stuff. And just even without that, even when I wasn't taking stimulants and stuff in high school, my senior year of high school, when I was doing the Ray Peat stuff. B vitamins still really help your metabolism of carbohydrates, help my brain work. Like they really prevented me from boinking and stuff. They gave me like the B vitamins, huge. Like I believe in supplementation. Like all the people who are like Whole Foods only. I really get where you're coming from, and you're super well intentioned and start with Whole Foods. But like I believe in supplementation because supplementation works. Like when I had insomnia. Oh, also because when I had insomnia, the other thing too, I remember B vitamins. I took them in a senior year of high school, and then also my freshman year of college when I'd have it really horrible insomnia. Sometimes in the fall. I would take a high dose of B vitamins, and sometimes it would work, and I would sleep for like 2 hours. And I was like, so I knew B vitamins had something to do. I was having some sort of insomnia at the time, so I knew B vitamins were related to insomnia. So I knew B vitamins were a thing. So I went and I got the B vitamins, and it worked, and I felt better. And then like I went through something similar with like every single thing, like vitamin C, like horrible symptoms, nausea. Weeks, and like I couldn't figure it out, and then like because it was weird, like carnivore was a very interesting education in vitamins because like I kind of would become chronically deficient in these things like one at a time, but then we just take them. I just start taking vitamin C and everything would be good. I start taking vitamin D and everything would be good. Start taking fish oil and everything would be good. Start taking zinc and everything would be good. Start taking zinc and copper and everything would be good. Start taking zinc and manganese and copper and everything would be good. Start taking zinc, selenium, copper, and everything would be good. Start taking more salt, everything would be good. Taking more B vitamins, everything is good. Chugging egg yolks every day, everything's good. Chugging egg yolks, liver, and B vitamins. And I got the part where I had to take so many vitamins and stuff every single day for my body to feel good on carnivore that I was like, this cannot be the way. But I felt really good, and I was super lean. My strength was through the roof. Like I had six-pack abs, and I was sleeping for the first time in my life. So I'm like, my penis worked. So I'm like, well, this can't be that bad. So I'm going to keep doing it. And ultimately, it wasn't that bad. But then ultimately, I need to include other things through another process. This little library is letting me know I have 5 minutes left. I'm so appreciative of that. Like they just let me come in here, film videos, just an awesome whiteboard. And it's a beautiful library. Public libraries, guys. You're all millionaires in knowledge given away for free. No one's here in town. Millions of people in the area. No one's here. Boston Public Library. No one's there. I mean, just people don't know what the value is. If you go into a crowded lecture hall, this is something I learned in college. I come into a lecture hall 15 minutes late. for a class everyone needs to attend. And I'd come in and there would be people in the back sitting on the floor because there were no seats in the back. And there'd be seats in the front open. And that's the way life is, guys. People will just not go take what's right there. And you could just go walk up right and take it. So I have like 2 minutes left-ish. I got to wrap up real quick. So I'm just going to wrap this up and basically say, so I really didn't want to get into health and fitness and stuff. I really wanted to spend my time making really cool stuff for people, like flying cars and stuff, maybe like a bike that flew. Like I wanted to like invent cool stuff that would probably allow me to fly. I'm still into that, like dirigibles and building like that stuff, but I'm gonna have to probably get into that later in life. I really like would have done that if we lived in a world where our biggest issue is that we couldn't fly, I would have built flying machines. But because we live in a world where our biggest issue is that everyone's sick and dying and their brains don't work, I am a person that helps people get healthy because that's the biggest thing I can do to make the world cooler. And yeah, I was kind of just dragged through that by force, basically. Like, I guess the only reason I didn't kill myself is not the only reason. I love my family so much. I could never do that to my family. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I needed motivations to not off myself. So, like, one of the driving motivations was simply that if I fix this, then I can help other people because no one's going to learn what I'm learning because no one's been through what I've been through. So that's just why I'm into this. And that's, yeah. So, and then also like my love of jiu-jitsu, wrestling and all that stuff. And it just ties in. Like it really, like, I don't know, like I was depressed in middle school when I started working out and it gave me a sense of meaning. And I was bullied and I started wrestling and fighting and then I was never bullied ever again. And I had insomnia. I started studying health and I don't have health problems. And now I help other people with their health problems. I had problems socializing. Oh, we got to peace out. Okay.